Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion in October of 2022. 2 years later, that purchase has made hundreds of billions of dollars for social media companies that aren't Twitter, now known as X. In the time Musk has owned the company formerly known as Twitter, ad revenue and users have seemingly poured onto other social media platforms like Reddit or several owned by Facebook. And those companies have gotten much more valuable in that time period, while X appears to have gotten much less valuable. Here's a look at the scale of the Twitter exodus and how it's impacted other social media stocks. First, let's talk about Facebook, whose parent company is named Meta Platforms. Facebook actually created a whole new social network connected to Instagram in July 2023. It's called Threads, and it looks a lot like Twitter, and it's attracted 275 million active users in just 16 months, the executive in charge of Instagram announced in November. That's a big reason why, in the 2 years since Elon bought Twitter, Facebook revenues are up 46.5% and users are up more than 12%. And when you consider how much money Facebook was already making and how many users it already had, those are huge swings. And Meta is not alone. Reddit was an unprofitable private company when Musk bought Twitter, but since has gone public thanks to surging usage. Reddit's revenue has doubled since the Twitter takeover, and active users are up 70%. That led to Reddit's biggest profit ever in a quarter in the most recent report. And that's not all. Snap has seen both revenue and users gain about 22% since Musk bought Twitter. Pinterest has seen revenues go up more than 30% in the past 2 years. And even a young Twitter rival named Blue Sky, just this year in 2024, has gone from fewer than 3 million users to more than 15 million users. Now let's take a look at the company formerly known as Twitter. As a private company, X does not have to publicly report things like revenue and users. We did email the company asking for some figures and did not receive a response. But there are third parties who do record things like advertising spend on different networks and users on different social networks. So we reached out to some of them for some figures on what has happened at Twitter, now X, in the past 2 years. One analytics firm, eMarketer, created this chart that shows that since Musk bought Twitter, ad revenue has been more than cut in half. Active users have also declined. eMarketer estimates that X has lost about 5 million users over the last 2 years, and they expect user numbers to continue to go down. As for the valuation of the company that Musk bought for $44 billion in 2022, we do have one data point. Fidelity, which assisted Musk in purchasing Twitter, still holds shares in that company and is forced to value them at regular intervals. In its latest valuation, Fidelity said that its shares in what is now known as X have declined nearly 80% from the $44 billion figure that Musk put on the company. And now X is worth less than $10 billion, according to Fidelity. Now look, other dynamics could have an effect here. But I think if you look at these numbers, you'll see that ad revenue and users that used to use Twitter have now departed X and flooded to these other social media companies. And for the biggest effect, you can look at the social media stocks and what they've done since Musk bought Twitter. For example, let's look at Meta. Facebook's parent company has added more than $1 trillion in value since the end of October 2022. Snap and Pinterest have added a collective nearly $10 billion in valuation in that time, and Reddit's valuation has tripled since its IPO. So what all these numbers show is that Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter for $44 billion has created billions of new dollars. It's just been for Mark Zuckerberg and Reddit and Snap and all these other social media companies.